tools and resources out there at this point to help musical theater writers write and create and produce their shows. I should know, I've made a whole bunch of them. But there are a few new resources that haven't yet existed in these specific forms that are now going to be incredibly useful, above and beyond what's already out there. Well, until now, because now they're there. They exist now. So I guess, huh, hmm. These tools are going to take resources and utility above and beyond and set the stage for the next level of musical theater creation. So let's dive in and let's talk about these three new resources that are becoming available to help all of you write and create and produce your musical theater shows. I'm very excited about this, my friends. Very, very excited. Oh, you know me. I get passionate about everything. In case you don't know me, hi, hello. I'm Michael Ratty, aka Musical Theater Writer Guy, aka your musical theater writing coach. And I am the founder of Musical Theater Writing Collective, and I teach courses, I coach, I do videos here on YouTubes, on Instagram, on TikTok, all the places. I'm here trying to help y'all do your thing because we need accessibility. It is just too important. All right, let's dive in though. Let's dive into these features. And if you're returning, hi, hello, welcome back. My favorite and biggest excitement for all these is number three, so do stick around for that one. Um, yes, I'm gonna make you wait for the best one because it is my favorite. It's very good. Okay, let's look at number one. At this point, we all know the power of community, I think. Yes, we all know this. We all know the power of community. I mean, we talk about it enough on here, on all my things. I run a community, for goodness sakes. So what is the next level of community? Well, it's a difficult question to answer, except we're going to start to answer it today. How can we make community even better, more connected, more effective for writers? So, one of the things that I get as a question all the time from people who are not a part of the Musical Theater Writing Collective is, well, but now that it's kind of in this stage where there's a lot of writers in there, like there's over 100, right? So there's a lot of writers in there. How does it still feel intimate? How does it feel like I'm connecting with my people or able to find my people? Because I don't want to just get lost in another sea, right? Especially when people are coming to me looking for community from Facebook groups, which are just, I mean, you know, you've been there, right? You've seen the Facebook groups for musical theater writers. There's so many people, and everything's terrible all the time, and no one really communicates very well. It's, and there's Reddit threads, and Reddit's a little bit better, but still, it's not the same kind of community vibe, right? There's still like anonymity, kind of a wash of number of people. So how do we take something that is grown to be larger than intimate and still make it feel intimate in ways that are effective for writers? So that's a good question. Thank you for asking. Well, in addition to the fact that you can search out specific writers inside our collective, like by demographic, by location, by all sorts of things, and that's great if you want to connect with people one-on-one. But the new thing that I've added into the Musical Theater Writing Collective is affinity groups. Now, if you don't know what an affinity group is, it's basically a smaller subset community inside a larger community that is closed except for everyone who fits that demographic or is in that geographical location or has that special interest. So, for instance, like one of the first groups that I'm sure is going to be created here is the LGBTQ. Well, how many of the letters do we want to put in there? LGBTQIA2S plus. We'll go the full alphabet. There'll be an alphabet group in there. Absolutely, 100%. So anyone who's part of the queer community who wants to be inside that affinity group can be a part of it. It's a safe space. It's a closed space. It's a space to connect with other people who share a similar demographic or similar interests, right? Where you can foster discussion and talk about the specifics of being of that particular identity or demographic in the larger scale of musical theater writing, right? So you've got the larger community and you also have the smaller communities. This is meant to be to foster discussion, to share resources across the demographics, and also to provide events, right? Whether they're in-person events or online events. So for instance, for a geographical location affinity group, we have pockets across the world, which is lovely and wonderful. So when we hit a critical mass of probably like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people, somewhere in there, who are all in the same geographical area, that is a great time to start trying to do in-person meetups. So we do these in New York sometimes because there's a large group here. Yes, I mean a few dozen of us, I think, of the collective, but we have people from Australia. We have people from Boston. Boston's a nice little subset group there. We have people in all these lovely areas who can connect and then meet up physically in person. For the rest of us, we can also do online meetups or hybrid meetups. So that's a great way to connect deeper with people who share your demographic, your geography, or your special interests. In terms of special interests, I know a lot of people in the community have special interests in terms of like writing. They want to see more fantasy musicals, or there's a subset of people who are writing religious-based musicals, whatever the interest is, to have an affinity group where people who share that interest can speak with one another, create events for each other, for themselves, to foster dialogue is wonderful. I have found it very useful in being a part of other memberships that I'm a part of. So, for instance, I'm a part of Maestra, and I went to the Pride LGBTQ meetup last year, and I loved it. It was so much fun. It was great to connect with people who are part of the larger organization and the subset. So, larger community with intimate community, both. So, I'm so excited about this because I think it's a huge boost to what community can be and can provide. Because it's still good. It's good to have those safe spaces that are a little more insular for when you need them, while being a part of a large community that is diverse on purpose. So, that is one thing. The next thing, love it or hate it, my friends, AI is here. I've had a lot of conversations with people about the ethics involved in using AI for writing musical theater. To boil that down, the answer is please don't. Don't do that. Because AI is being trained on our work. So if you are not a composer and you want to use AI music, just know that that AI is being trained on work that already exists. It's essentially stealing. It is not creating things of its own. Same thing with words, people like the lyrics, it's being trained on lyrics that exist out there. Also, AI is not very good yet at writing musical theater, but I can definitely see it getting to a point where it could be good at it, but it's based off of other people's work. It's not generative. It's taking and using other people's stuff. Ooh, don't do it. Anyway, but that's not what this is about, okay? So, I think the AI can, in the right ways, be useful when it is reined in a little bit and with good intention behind it, and therefore is far less harmful. Because I want to recognize out there that like AI isn't going anywhere, and we all have to have our feelings about it and get used to what we can get used to and try to use it to the best of our capabilities, right? But like also I know ChatGPT is just consuming so much water. Stop using ChatGPT, please, I beg of you. But what this new AI agent is, it's built directly into the platform so that musical theater writing collective members have access to it, and it is trained only on what's inside the community. So all the information, all of the resources, all of the transcripts of the videos. So we already had a robust search engine in there. Like if you're not a member of the community, Googling is fine. Searching the community is better. Just typing a search query directly into the search bar is so much better. But what this AI agent will be able to do is, and like it's already up and running, people can use it. You can have a conversation with it, and it will give you tips and resources that are based on your queries. And if you are looking for direct resources, you're not finding what you need in the search bar, it can point you in the directions of where to go. But it's trained on what's inside the community, and that's it. So it's not searching the web, it's not taking up large amounts of power, and it's very useful because it's going to provide for you exactly what you're looking for. Better searches, better pointing to resources, actual guidance along the way. And obviously, it'll say, "Hey, go talk to Michael if yeah, because I don't know the answer to this," and then you know where to ask questions too. Oh, hey Ryan, thanks for being here. Was watching my local high school theater awards last night, and they literally had an AI generated voiceover during narration. No! Don't do it! There are performers who can do that. Oh my goodness. That hurts my soul, Ryan. That hurts my soul. So, AI is not going to replace artists. It may be able to duplicate things that are art that already exists, but it's not going to replace artists. At least I don't think in our lifetimes. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. But at this moment in time, that's how I am viewing things. And also, do we really want? I'm not interested in seeing an AI generated musical. Why would I be? That's not humanity. I go to the theater to watch humans doing a thing that reflects me in some way, shape, or form, makes me feel things, makes me think things, right? Written by humans. That's the point of the art. Ah. Okay, so that is our first two major resources are affinity groups, smaller insular community that is based on demographic, geography, and special interests in the larger community. Very useful. I can't tell you how useful this is going to be, my friends. So useful. AI agent to help point the way. Yes, so excited. Um, if you're not yet a member of the Musical Theater Writing Collective, you would not know this, but these things are all already available for us inside there. And there's more stuff coming down the line too. I guess I can talk a little bit about that so people know. Really, only collective members know right now. But there's more wonderful stuff coming. I'm trying to fill the gaps, people. There are gaps in accessibility and knowledge. And I know you all want the things, you need the things. And I'm writing a book, and a book is great, but not everyone likes a book. So I'm trying to fill the gap inside the community with the book as well. I was like, ah. Anyway, I'll get there. If you're not yet a member, click down below. Come join us. We're a lovely group. We really are. I don't think people who don't vibe with me would be interested. So if you vibe with me, come join us. Okay, now for the one that was really exciting for me. I mean, they're all exciting, but I'm so excited about this one. This was originally part of my plan when creating the idea for the Musical Theater Writing Collective years and years and years ago. But it wasn't feasible for me to actually make happen until now. In all honesty, I had this idea back in 2011, and I've been, oh God, it's been killing me that this doesn't exist. But now it exists. At least in a first form. It's going to get bigger and more robust and more customized later on for sure. But for now, I'm so excited about this. Because when thinking of all the ways I can help writers create and produce their work, the biggest thing that was missing was a better way to connect not just the people together, but to connect via shows. Shows that may not be done yet, shows that are in development, shows that are ready to be produced but haven't made it quote unquote big yet, shows that perhaps don't have a huge following behind them but are doing exactly what interpretive artists want out of it. How do we find them? And how do we help these other interpretive artists, our creative partners, how do we help them find us, find our shows? So, the solution that I've come up with here is the Musical Theater Writing Collective is kind of powering it right now, is the New Musicals Database. NMDB, New Musicals Database. So what this is a robustly searchable and pretty, if I do say so myself, functional way to search through material that is currently being written, is in development, is ready for production, so that you can have your musicals out there in a way where people can find them who might be interested in working on whatever it is that you've done because of what it includes or what the genre is or how big the cast size is or it's perfect for colleges or whatever it is that they're looking for. So this is and you can update this too, like easily available to be updated as you go through the process. So like if you're in the writing stage and you make a post about it now, you don't have to feel like, oh no, I'll never be able to do anything with this now because as I write it, it's going to change. Yeah, when you have new materials, refill out the form, update it. It's going to be great. It all happens automatically. Boy, was that automation hard to figure out, but I did it, friends. I did it. So, what is the information in here and how do we sort it? Well, hey, I think I can here. Can't actually share the thing itself at the moment, but I can share a screenshot I took so you can see kind of what it looks like. Zoom, don't let me down. There we go. Here's a little screenshot for you. This is what it looks like at the moment. Those were just the first four shows, and they're all mine. Um, but basically, what this is as I said, it's pretty too. I like that it's pretty. You will see these little cards here. You'll be able to click into each of them, and basically in there you have the ability to search for things based on so many query types and be able to sort them as well. So anything that's asked for in a submission ever can be put into your musical's profile, essentially. Right? So this would be, of course, like the basics, like your title, who the writers are, etc., etc. Writer demographics, your log line, short synopsis, genre, musical styles, okay? Subjects and themes. There's a section for related keywords for things that you want to make sure that people, like if you're searching for something adjacent, you will still find my show. Content warnings, because sometimes you want that. Narrative inclusions, right? Is your show centered on LGBTQ people? Is it centered on women, on the Jewish experience, API, BIPOC, right? All these things. The cast sizes, cast requirements, show length, your target production. Is this a show that's meant for Broadway, for TYA, for Off-Broadway, for West End, right? You can sort by all these things. The target audience. Who's the target audience? Put as many words in there as you want. Development history. The show stage. Is it ready to be produced? Is it in development? Are you writing? Is it ideation? Is it just planning? Who are you looking for collaborators? Are you looking for production team members, designers, other writers to help you along the way, choreographers? There's so many options in here. When's the last time it was completed? Obviously, places for links to go, for demos to go, character descriptions, your artistic statement, your bios, all these wonderful things, and more. So that in here, when you want to search through, the automatic, so you can search related keywords and you can search through musical styles and everything sorted by title. And then the filter in here, anything that I've mentioned so far, you can filter by those things. And then you can reorder them as you go along. But the other thing is you can search the entire thing. Any words that are in there at all in any of the fields, you can just click into the search and search for anything involving this word. And it will come up and it will be sorted and you can sort from there. You can make this as specific as you want. If you have 5 requirements of the kind of show that you want to do and are able to do with your resources and you're a director, you can come in here and you can look and you can find exactly that thing. This excites me so freaking much. I cannot even tell you. Because, I mean, we need it to be pretty because duh, but we also need it to be functional. The whole point is functionality, right? So, um, the idea behind this at the moment is to fill this with Musical Theater Writing Collective member shows as the foundation. It will become public at some point. I don't know exactly when. But there's a new tier of membership for the Musical Theater Writing Collective as well. For non-writers who want to work with new work, want to work with Musical Theater Writing Collective membership, they can come in as creative partners. So it's a very cheap membership, but it gives you access to the spaces inside the collective where you can connect with people, and you can obviously put your information in a directory in there as well so people can find you. But you have access to the New Musicals database so that you can find things that you want to work on, whether you're a performer, a director, a designer, a producer, a theater company, so that we can actually connect people through the work we all want to be doing together. This doesn't exist yet. Now it does. I'm so excited because this is going to break things open in a way that we've not been able to connect people before. And it's a game changer. It's a total game changer. I've been wanting this since 2011. I've been talking about this. Getting on a soapbox. So many soapboxes. So also, if you're watching this and you're interested in being a member as a creative partner who's not a writer, but you are one of the other many types of creatives in the musical theater industry who likes to work with new work, who wants to work with new work with writers, come join us. Be a part of this community because it's a beautiful community. And this is so useful. You're gonna be able to find the things you want to find. I don't know how many times I've talked, especially with young performers who are like, I really like these shows. Like, for instance, the two that come up so often where people are like, I love the material from these shows, and now everyone's doing them, and I want to know where to find the next thing, right? So, Ride the Cyclone comes up a lot, as well as Epic. A lot of people watched the journeys of these shows that kind of have cult followings, and performers want to do the music. They want to be involved, right? And also, so does everyone and their mother. So, where can they find the next thing that maybe not everyone knows about that they can put something in their audition book, or they can be a part of the first set of readings or workshops or be on the journey somehow, even just following along? How can they discover things? So, like for young performers, this is wonderful. Obviously, for directors, producers, for theater companies, those are easy. Also, designers, don't sleep on designers. My writer friends, don't sleep on them. They want to be involved as early in process as possible. And it's so useful. I live with a costume designer, and the amount of times that she has given me wonderful writing thoughts just because I've been talking about a piece I'm working on, she's like, "Have you thought about?" I'm like, no, I hadn't, and I wouldn't have baked that into the show if you hadn't just said that right now. So connection as early as possible is a wonderful thing. Can you tell I'm excited about this? I'm so freaking excited about this. Come join us. Um, Ask me questions about this if you'd like to. Feel free. And I will do Ask Me Anything today as well. While you're coming up with questions about any of the things, our affinity groups, the AI agent and the robust searchability, the new musicals database, and the new membership opportunity here. Come up with any questions you got. I'm happy to answer them. But also, I'm going to just tell you what's coming next in the collective too, because there's a whole like next phase. As I said, accessibility. There's a gap. Trying to fill the gap. And one of the major things that I'm seeing is, and I've known it's there, I just didn't have time, bandwidth, energy, finances till now. Now I can do the thing finally, which is I have all my free stuff, right? I've got, and it's not just my free stuff. There's a lot of free stuff on the internet now. There's resources, guides, blog posts, obviously videos, all sorts of things about how to do musical theater writing. Lots of different people talking about it. There's that stuff. There's things like books out there. There's not a lot of them. There's what, half a dozen books about musical theater writing. Mine's a coming, don't you worry. And that's great too. That's low cost entry. The community that I run is great. I know mine's not the only community, but the community aspect is great. It's kind of low tier entry point. But then between the free stuff to learn how to write musical theater and those low entry point things like books and things, then there's courses, there's live courses. In between, there's a couple of asynchronous courses that I've heard very, very, very mixed reviews about that people don't love. Because the people who take those seem to really want the live course experience, which is interesting to me. So I offer the live courses, and I know that there's an accessibility issue there. In part because for some people, cost, I get it. I try to keep it as cost effective as possible, but still cost can be a barrier, as well as like time zones, being able to do something live, technology, where you are in your life, or even just a lack of desire to want to do a live synchronous course. I get it. So what's in between? This is where I am simultaneously, as I write this book, I am also creating a set of curriculum that is going to be the process of writing a musical that's going to be available in video form inside the collective. So for the same, the price of the collective is not going up with any of this stuff. It's the same. It's still $47 a month or $444 for the entire year, right? So all these new things and all the stuff that's upcoming, no price raise. It's gonna stay the same. Okay, this is part of the accessibility piece. But I want a video course, or actually, it's going to be a set of video courses available so that anyone who's a member of the collective has a a pathway, a curriculum, a way to get from here to here, from learning how to do the thing to be doing the thing. Dabbler to doer. Yes, this is what we want here. And you can skip over things you already know, totally cool. Learn things you don't know, totally cool. Is it going to be as in-depth or robust as doing a live course where you get to ask questions, hear examples, play directly, be able to get feedback live in the room? No, I mean, there's still going to be a difference between the live and the asynchronous, but at least then there's something where you all have the process. Gotta have the process. So that's the next thing that's upcoming. My plan is to have that done, set, and settled by midsummer. So keep your eyes out. And if that's interesting to you, come join us. Like, get in on the ground floor of all the things that are happening now. And also, then you can have those things as they populate inside the collective. I'm so excited. I just want to help people do the thing. I hate how much of a struggle it is for so many of us. It was such a struggle for me. It's terrible. I wish these things existed when I was coming up. So they didn't, and they still don't. So now I'm making them. And now they will. So there's that. Anywho. Oh, that's very kind. Ecuadorian, we have no actual accessibility musical theater teaching. Of course you don't. Oh God, that's so annoying. Yeah. Where is... Well, first of all, thank you. That's very sweet, and I'm so glad the videos are helpful. I really, really am. Um, but yeah, it's the United States has the majority of musical theater education. I know there's BML over in London. I don't know where else we're teaching musical theater writing or musical theater creation other than those places, and that's wild to me. Why not? I know why not. Yes, trying to fix it, trying to help. So I'm so glad that it's useful. Um, And that also just like highlights for me yet again. I always say that our community is international because we're heavily international. We're from all over the world, and I love that. This is part of the thing, right? This is part of accessibility. There are people around the world who want to be writing musical theater, and every country does it slightly differently. Great. All cultures should put their spin on this thing. It is indeed an art form. It does not belong to Americans. We got to let people in the door to learn what they need to do so they can go off and make their things and turn it into what they're going to turn it into. It was truly such a struggle, and you're an inspiration to making it. Oh, thank you. Community learning is the best. I agree. We are a collaborative art form. We cannot do it without collaboration. Community is a part of collaboration. Right? When I say the word collaboration, a lot of people are like, well, yeah, you mean like the other writers, right? But I'm gonna write this on my own. Like, no, it's not just the other writers. Who's helping you produce it? Who are the interpretive artists? Who's your community that's helping you along the way, uplifting you, giving you accountability, giving you feedback, all the things. So, thanks, friends. I appreciate this. Y'all are lovely. How sweet. I will stay on for a little Ask Me Anything. Truly anything. It doesn't have to be about the stuff I talked about today. I'm just clearly in the zone and excited about it. So excited about this stuff. But I'm happy to stick around and answer anything about anything. And as a reminder, if you want to join the community, there's a link in the description of this, and I'll pin a link as well to the collective in case you haven't joined yet and you'd like to. Oh, okay. I can breathe. You've been looking for scholarships to study musical theater in New York City in the future, and it's mostly training, not writing. Yeah, that's true. If you're looking, I don't know what part of musical theater you write, but if you are a composer, I know that the NYU program, the graduate program, has been kind of recruiting more composers into the program recently and offering some pretty large scholarships. Um, yeah, and then also talk to me too if you're interested in taking either the musical theater writing workshop course, the flagship course, or the Book and Beyond course. Um, I try to work with people on pricing things, especially when currency exchange is involved, because I don't think I have to say more than because. So that's something that we could talk about too. So feel free to reach out. Mhm. Ooh, no questions today, huh? Which is fine. We don't need that questions. I'm just realizing that my hair dried in a very strange way. I was looking at my notes, not my face. Now here we are. All right, friends, that's what we got. Those are the updates. I'm excited. Affinity groups. I love affinity groups. You could come join for that. I want to start a Dungeons and Dragons affinity group. I know that seems silly, but like a lot of us play D&D, and I think there's something fun to be made that I don't know, we'll see. And so affinity groups, the AI agent to help out. Like find the info you need, get the steps you need. You shouldn't have to just ask me directly every time, right? Just talk to an AI agent. The new membership, the new musicals database, the upcoming curriculum to be filled in the book. So all these are wonderful things. Thank you for joining me today. It's cool if we don't have any questions. You know where to find me if you do. Here on the YouTube channel. On Instagram, I'm MT Writer Guy. On TikTok, I am Michael Ratty. So reach out. I look forward to hearing from you all soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day and week and weekend. All right, friends, be safe. Have a great one. I'll see you again next week. All right. Peace out, everyone.